All right, so I'm kind of excited about showing you this final topic of our honors lesson because I think it will make you excited about what your calculator can do for you and how much time it can save you. So take a look back at our example. I have our linear system. Again, it has three variables, and because it has three variables, we need to have three equations. We're looking for the solution, which is an x, y, z point. An x value, a y value, and a z value, and we want to figure out how to solve that. So here is the exciting news. Matrices give us a nice, easy way to get our calculator to give us that information almost automatically. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing you need to make sure is that everything is lined up. Just like when we do the elimination method, you need to make sure all the x variables are lined up, the y's, the z's, the equal signs, and also the constant terms, these like 0.5, 8.1, and 1. And then I want you to set up a matrix equation that's going to look kind of like this. The first one is going to be a 3 by 3. The second is a 3 by 1, and the last is a 3 by 1. So this is a 3 by 3 matrix, a 3 by 1 matrix, and a 3 by 1 matrix. And starting with this matrix over on the left, I want you to take each coefficient, so remember coefficient is the number that's multiplying a variable, and I want you to organize those numbers into the first matrix. And the only thing, just in the same positions that they're already in, the only thing I want you to be extra careful about is if it's a minus sign, make sure you make it like a -5. So if it's +4, you would make it +4 in the matrix. If it's minus, like here -5, you would make it -5 in the matrix. So just going across, I'm going to say 3, 4, 2, so those are just the coefficients, 3, 4, and 2. Second equation, or yeah, actually the second equation would be 8, -5, and -5, 5, 5, and 5. So that fills in the first matrix. Then I want you to go, actually let's go to the very last matrix, and I want you to look at the constant terms. So I'll do that in a different color. That is 1, 2, 3, and I want you to input those in their exact positions. 0.5, 8.1, and 1. And then coming back to this middle example here, or the middle matrix, I want you to write out the variables in the order that they appear: x, y, and z from top to bottom. So because it's x, y, z, I write it x, y, z from top to bottom. All right. That is pretty much the hard part. I know it wasn't that hard, but that's pretty much as hard as it gets here. Because what we've just created is a matrix equation just like we had in the last section. We have a 3 by 3 matrix that we'll call A. We have a variable matrix, we'll call that x, equals a constant matrix that we'll call B. Now I showed you in lesson 6, the last lesson, how to solve matrix equations like this using your calculator. You just input the information into A, input the information into B, and then we solve. We said that x is equal to the inverse matrix of A times B. And we can figure this out just using our calculator. We just put A, the x to the -1 button, and B, and press enter, and it will give us an answer. Now, if I do that, your calculator will spit out an answer with 1, 2, 3 numbers. Now we don't know what they are right now because I'm not going to pull out the other camera and do it all out because you have that example in the last section. But your calculator will spit out 3 numbers, and those numbers are going to be, the first one will be x, x equals whatever that first number they give you, y will equal whatever that second is, and z will equal whatever that third number is. And that's it. That's all you have to do. So in order to solve a system of linear equations using matrices and also using your calculator, you organize your equations so that everything is lined up in columns, x, y, z, equal sign, constant term. You put all of the coefficients in this first matrix. We call that the coefficient matrix for good reason. You put the variables in the variable matrix, which we call x, because those are our mystery numbers we're looking for. And then you put all your constant terms in this last b equation that we call the constant matrix, because we take the constant terms from the right of the equation. And when you solve it with your calculator, it will spit out those three numbers, and that will represent the location in three-dimensional space where these three planes intersect. So, I want to remind you, as I said in the intro video, you only have to solve number 1, 4, 7, and 10, and then you are done and you can hand in your work to me as your honors grade.